This week is Hearing Awareness Week. To talk about the Awareness Week, it's with great pleasure I'd like to introduce Dr. Saunders in our studios this morning. Good morning and welcome to our program.
Good morning and thank you so much for having me. It's a great pleasure.
Dr. Saunders, you're doing such an excellent job for this Awareness Week. How long have you been doing this?
I have been working in the field of hearing for my whole career. I won't say quite how many years, but it's quite a long time. And I started because my father lost his hearing when he was quite a young man, and I grew up with a father whose hearing was getting worse and worse. And I decided that I really wanted to work to try and give better solutions to people with hearing loss. So I've worked in research and in clinical work and in hearing aid development and in cochlear implants over my career. And then in more recent times, I decided I really want to help all those people who found it hard to access hearing aids. So we used really good technology and then tried to break down the barriers to getting hearing aids by making better quality hearing aids much cheaper. They're still quite expensive items, but they're much, much cheaper than other good quality hearing aids. So that was a real mission, and that company is called Blamey Saunders. And that was a real mission to help people hear better.
Hearing is very important, and the Hearing Awareness Week, is it somewhat, it goes annually, it's in the same month?
Yes, we try and do this as a community across the whole of Australia in the same month each year to raise the importance of hearing and to make people really aware of why it is that they should be concerned about their hearing and making sure they can hear as well as they can as much of the time as possible.
Now, during this week, is the hearing done free? Test?
Yes, our company will do free hearing tests, but they're special tests. We will see how well people can hear in background noise and how well they hear words and speech in background noise, because that's actually what troubles most people first of all. They can also hop onto our website and do a test at home listening to words whenever they like.
Okay.
So it's really to raise awareness of how well people hear, especially in difficult situations.
Okay. Now, talking about this test, is it some very complicated sort of a thing? Or?
Not at all. If people want to do the test at home, what they do is listen to 50 words and type them into the website, and our analysis behind the scenes then prints out a chart which shows them which sounds of speech they hear well, it's English, and what sounds of speech they don't hear well. If they come into the clinic, we do something a little bit similar, but we can do it with background noise as well. Okay. So it's really, really easy to do and gives you a lot of information about your hearing.
Now, Dr. Saunders, you gave us a few tips. Now, to get the real test happening, and what are the treatments you give the clients?
We can help people to hear better by using good hearing aids, and we've developed hearing aids that are really, really good and are Australian and are a much lower cost than other very high quality hearing aids. But it's really, really important that people do something, because it turns out that people who don't hear well, the brain kind of forgets how to code the sounds of speech. So the longer you leave it, the harder it is to use hearing aids. So the best thing is to get hearing aids and to get them soon rather than later.
Okay. Now, talking about hearing, is that depending on the age, or it can be anyone?
Yes, our hearing does deteriorate as we get older. Truth to tell, our hearing is absolutely at its best by the time we're 10 years old, and it's kind of slightly on the way down from there. But you don't really start to notice difficulties mostly until people are in their 50s, something like that, and then it can be a problem, perhaps at work, perhaps at home, perhaps in social life. It gets worse more quickly if you have exposure to loud noise, or some other medical illnesses can cause hearing to go down. But age-related hearing loss affects most people.
What are the locations for these clinics?
So we have our clinic in East Melbourne. So people can either do the test online, or if they want to come into our clinic in East Melbourne, we've got parking and we've got a wonderful team of audiologists. including our Sri Lankan audiologist.
Yeah.
So we have a wonderful, friendly team there, and we do a very, very comprehensive hearing test, and then we write a report so that if people want to take it away and go somewhere else, they can.
They can.
They're not trapped in something very commercial. Our goal is to help people hear.
Oh, that's excellent. That's a very nice service. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you said before, this week, if anyone wants to check, they go to the East Melbourne Clinic.
Yes.
And there's no waiting list as such.
No, you can just come in for that. Our team's working hard to make sure that we can accommodate everybody who comes in. And we are open Saturday as well.
Okay.
So in order not to wait, they can make a phone call, and the number's on our website in case we have several people, but there's not a waiting list for that screening test.
Oh.
So our clinic is on 364 Albert Street. That's 364 Albert Street in East Melbourne, where we've got parking and we have big clinic facilities, very pleasant, state-of-the-art testing facilities.
Anyway, let me thank you once again, Doctor.
Thank you.
You've done such an excellent job for the community, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you.